had questions, and I have answers. When I answer the question, do not question the answers. Any questions?
There's a lot to get through, so I'm going to talk very fast.
Anonymous asks, what helped you prepare for your role of Slappy? I've grown up around puppets, and I've grown up around people who are terrified of puppets. So I know that puppets are creepy to some people. So I just played up everything I know creeps those people out, and I didn't put much more thought into it than that. He's creepy, so it works. And what inspiration did you draw from for your version of Slappy's voice? I'd love to tell you I have an awesome story about doing research, doing character studies, but I didn't do any of that. The voice just sort of happened when I read the script in the audition. The laugh came from Jack because I only did 1 or 2 laughs on set and didn't get to hear that maniacal cackle until I heard him do it. So my Slappy laugh is just an impression of Jack doing an impression of my Slappyception. Hey, are you excited for The Force Awakens? Am I a human being? Then yes, I am excited for The Force Awakens. Everyone is excited for The Force Awakens. Even the characters in The Force Awakens are excited for the events that occur within The Force Awakens. So yes. Mine22 says, does Slappy have a girlfriend? No, Slappy is single and currently looking to mingle. If anyone has Annabelle's number, I'm sure he'd be very interested. Josh Thomas says, have you been able to see the Goosebumps movie and will you make another vlog about it? I'm in the middle of editing my final 3 vlogs from all my travels and those should hopefully be up within the week. Although now that I've given myself the week time parameter, it's probably gonna be like Christmas.
And the next one's not really a question so much as it is my name in all capital letters. Avery. Hi.
Several people wanted to know what happened to Slappy, if I got to keep him. I did not. He got put in storage back in the Sony archives in case they ever need him again.
Let's all hope they need him again.
How bad does Slappy's breath smell? I don't know. I wouldn't say it was bad. Just like sawdust and wood chips. The Invader Trixie asks, other than Slappy, do you have any other favorite living dolls, dummies, or puppets? Fozzie Bear, Grover, Kermit, Oscar the Grouch, Audrey 2, Jose Jalapeno on a stick, Ernie Bird, Piggy, Big Bird, Gonzo, that dinosaur family from dinosaurs in the 90s that nobody remembers. Anonymous says, dork. Thanks, buddy. Question here about props. Did they let you have some of the props? I hear they always do that whenever a movie wraps up. Unfortunately, no. I didn't get a gnome. I didn't get a manuscript. Obviously didn't get Slappy. But I am constantly looking on eBay, so if any of that stuff shows up.
It shall be mine.
Arcade Productions asks, how was the haunted car operated? Was it remote control? Spilled them Hollywood secrets. Whenever you see Slappy in the haunted car in the movie, it is not actually moving. It is either on a green screen or in a wide shot where you can't actually see Slappy behind the wheel. In those cases, a stuntman is doing the driving. No fancy remote control, just clever editing. But yeah, I'm a Ninja says, hey, so will you be my boyfriend? That's from my girlfriend. So yes, for like 3 years now. Thank you so much for remembering. Blue Asis says, could you talk more about Slappy's dialogue? I hear a lot in interviews that Slappy's lines weren't scripted, so how was it ad-libbing scenes on set? Jack and I said that in one of our press interviews as a joke. Everything was 100% scripted, although one of my ad-libs did make it into the movie. Quite proud of that, actually.
And it's the scene where Slappy's driving around town in the haunted car and goes, sorry folks, I'd slow down but I can't reach the brakes.
Comedy genius. Burrito John asks, what happened to Mr. Wood? Did Slappy wrestle with him and that's why he came out of the book instead of Mr. Wood? Did you see how many monsters are in that movie? Mr. Wood's probably back in the crowd somewhere. Go watch it again and play Where's Waldo. I mean, where's Mr. You know what I mean. Another question about the haunted car. How does Slappy drive if he can't reach the pedals? The car itself is haunted, so the car is driving itself. Slappy's just a passenger. Although that does make the joke about not being able to stop because you can't reach the pedals a bit of a continuity error. Moving on. We got a couple from Don't You Forget About Me. Were there any deleted scenes that you were involved in, and do you know if they'll be on the DVD and Blu-ray? It should be on the DVD. The original opening for the movie that featured Slappy getting out of his book and taking out 2 moving company employees. The scene with Slappy in Stein's study and the scene with Slappy in the auditorium were also trimmed down. Slappy sang along with a song on the radio while the monsters were tearing the high school apart. And the original ending of the movie was Slappy's revenge, not the Invisible Boys, where his reflection appeared over Stein's shoulder. Was there anything cut from the script that they wanted to do but couldn't due to time restraints? You're asking the wrong guy. When I got there, the script was a well-oiled machine and they were just ready to put it on film. I'm sure there are many more drafts with many more monsters, but I'm not aware of what those original drafts might have contained. Have you been offered any other major puppeteering jobs for movies since Goosebumps? No, because I have not been seeking them out. I have not sent out applications or resumes or anything because I tried to be as available as I possibly could for promotion and publicity for this movie. Now that that's settled down, I'm looking again. Other than making puppets, do you have any interest in other sorts of crafting art stuff? I like to draw a lot. I don't put it on my Instagram like you wonderfully talented people on Tumblr, but I'm constantly filling up notebooks with strange faces and monsters and dogs and dancing bears and things. And I like writing too, but I don't do a lot of that just because I'm lazy. Do you ever feel like you can act like Slappy at times? When you're angry, do you ever think or shout in his voice? I don't think he's influenced me quite that much. I do strange voices all the time, no matter what mood I'm in, so I'm sure he slips out somewhere. I have yelled at the cat in the Slappy voice before though, so there is that. What is your favorite animal? I like cats and dogs a lot. That's not a funny answer, but it's true. Least favorite animal? Sheep. Those guys are jerks. Don't believe anything they post on Twitter. Got a couple questions about my collection of Slappy merchandise, so behold it in all its gloriousness. Assembled by many months of scouring through eBay late at night and spending a little too much money on toys from the 90s is the Slappy collection. Da-da-da-da. Give me 80s Madonna Says, what is your favorite idea? Jeremy, I need 3 ideas, go.
Superheroes, Daleks, continuity errors.
I like the Dalek one.
I hope that answers that.
What is your favorite part of the film? That changes like every time I get this question. As of right now, it's the scene in the theater on the Shining set, just because of how much work went into the visual effects erasing me and Jake. Because we're standing right behind the guy when he's up on the desk. Bumblebee for the win 123 asks, are you gonna make a full standalone video of how Slappy was made and controlled? That's all puppety stuff. Are you normal people interested in that? If people are gonna watch it, I'll do it. Let me know in a comment somewhere and I'll see what I can do. At Hanging Puppet on Twitter asks, can you speak without moving your mouth?
Yes. Yes, I can. Why do you ask?
Besides Slappy, who is your favorite monster from the Goosebumps movie? Come on. If I was forced to choose, I would say the bug-eyed aliens. Their designs look so cool, and for the entire shoot we didn't get to see an alien face. Those guys were just in green hoods and all that was added later, so I like those guys a lot. Plus, they did all the dirty work and Slappy got to say the witty one-liner about it. My buddy Mo Monster says, how did the scene where Slappy holds the match work? I wasn't the only puppeteer on Slappy. Whenever Slappy's arms or legs needed to move, Jake McKinnon would do that while I operated Slappy's head and his facial expressions. So they sculpted a hand just for Slappy to hold the match. The crew lit the match, jumped out of frame, we shot the scene, and open flames near a puppet is one of the most terrifying things to me. So having to do that 6 or 7 times was awesome. Incidentally, in that scene in Stein's study where he lights the book on fire and tosses it out the window, the first time we did that, it didn't go out the window, it hit the curtains and hit the floor, and I've never seen 45 crew members jump on anything as fast as that in my life. It was hilarious after it was done being terrifying. 212 Paw Print says, when seeing the Goosebumps movie, people were taking selfies with the flash on. People never seem to amaze me in the fact that no one follows the rules. Tell me about it. I cannot stand those people. Do you think Slappy will appear in the Goosebumps sequel? I don't know. I would like to think that Slappy's the star of the sequel, but that's just wishful thinking. Comment from YouTube, I like Slappy. I want him so good. Good for... Okay. Why is R.L. Stine so scared of Slappy? I don't know, it's in the script. Connor asks, how long have you wanted to be in a movie and why? Doesn't everyone want to be in a movie? Isn't it the secret dream of every human being ever? Because when you're in a movie, you are almost immortal. You will live forever on DVD and Blu-ray, and if you're lucky, Netflix or Hulu. Really just because it's so awesome to be part of a big story unfolding on a huge medium that a lot of people will get to see and hopefully buy on DVD and Blu-ray. What gives you goosebumps? Heights? Not even heights, like falling from heights. Like, I can do heights, but the moment I start thinking about the ground, it's not good. Not good at all. Please, could Slappy be featured in one of your next YouTube videos? Slappy is a copyrighted character who belongs to Scholastic and the Goosebumps franchise, so I can't do anything with him or his likeness and claim it as my own. It stinks, but it's the way the world works. Knowing your connections with various Christian programs like Heath and the Checker Shoe Band, and also knowing at the same time how you enjoy different risque performances such as Avenue Q and Hand to God, what would you say are your thoughts on viewing something that isn't necessarily safe for a Christian such as you or me?
Now we're getting into some deep stuff here.
I would say, as long as you don't let everything you watch influence your everyday life, you should be able to enjoy as wide a variety of entertainment as you possibly can. There are limits and parameters that you could set for yourself, your personal V-chip, if you will. If anyone even remembers what that is. As long as you realize that those things are works of fiction and they don't carry over into your everyday life, influencing your choices and your decisions and your moral compass, you're gonna be okay. At least that's my opinion. You can fight it out down there in the comments if you like, but that's all I'm gonna say on the issue. You mentioned in a video that your favorite performer is Matt Vogel. And in a video posted since you got to watch shooting for the new Muppet Show, did Matt recognize you at all from the Sesame workshop he went to back in 2014-ish? He wasn't there. A lot of the puppeteers had wrapped that day and gone home when I got to the set, but I did get to meet Bill Beretta, Bruce Lanoil, and I got to see David Rudman and Steve Whitmire again. I've worked with Matt since then. He directed the first episode of Sesame Street I was part of in April, and we've kind of kept in touch over Facebook, but yes, Matt knows who I am. Who would you classify as your favorite Muppet from each of the three major franchises, Muppet, Sesame Street, and Fraggle Rock? You people are putting me through all of this. Choose your favorite Goosebumps monsters. Choose your favorite Muppets. Muppets, I'm gonna go Fozzie Bear, because I relate the most to him. His jokes are not funny, but he keeps telling them, even when people ask him to stop. Story of my life. Sesame Street, I'm gonna go with Grover, because he just tries so darn hard. No matter what, he's always there. Even if he crashes into the ground many, many times. Again, story of my life. For Fraggle Rock, I'm going to go Boober Wembley. Boober and Wembley. Can't really choose because I haven't watched Fraggle Rock as much as I've watched those others. And last but not least, can you do Slappy's voice and laugh? Yes. Yes, I can. Oh, you want me to do it now? I don't know if I could because it takes a while to get in character. There's a lot of thought process. I have to go be alone with my thoughts. I have to go lock myself inside a very large book. Plus, I don't even know what I would say.
Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your questions. They were a real scream.
Is that what you want? You happy now, Internet? Thank you for the overwhelming amount of questions this go round. I hope I didn't miss one. If I did, we'll lump it into the next video. Keep an eye on this channel for more fun stuff, more news.
Thank you for watching.